Gotta love the crowd that we are having here. Everyone is really excited for this matchup of these two young players. And what a fantastic tournament it has been so far. Basti, you called those decks the underdog decks for Vanquish Soul. I do agree, but Rikka in Europe?
At this point, you just always gotta assume there's going to be a Rikka Sunavalon deck in the finals, I gotta say it for real. But let's see, Julius really studying his hand, and if there would be a Lokai, I think he would have just immediately slammed it onto the table, so maybe it is lacking that.
Maybe it's a small world. Maybe every time you have a small world, you have to think for like 10 minutes.
Okay, that is not the normal summon you want. It is in fact going to be a Rikka monster, the good old Rikka Primula that he's normal summoning here.
Yeah, that's really not an ideal start.
Yeah, it's a one-off in the deck. And what is he going to do with it even?
Maybe he just wants a Rikka in play.
Oh, we tributed it for the Mudan, so that indeed was what he wanted. And just imagine Lukas has like an Imprim or an Ash for this. It would, I think, completely shut down Julius here.
Oh, let's spin the Mudan right here.
That was a good card trick.
Lukas lets it resolve though.
For a second I thought this was Salamangreat Spinny.
Yeah, it isn't though. Nice, you got your Salamangreat reference in the finals.
Absolutely.
Good job, Leo, good job. But Lukas, I think Lukas likes what he sees here because that is definitely not the opening that a Rikka player wants. So he's licking his fingers to maybe go second with his Vanquish Soul deck and then play through whatever Julius is going to put up here.
Yeah, Julius is not looking happy at all.
Yeah, there is the glamour. Also, you gotta say, Julius, I mean, it's hard. In your first YCS final to have a poker face already, they're both very, very young, up-and-coming players now for the German community and for the European community in general. They are on top of the competition already at that young age with a YCS final, but who of them is going to be a YCS champion here?
So first of all, we are going to try and play around hand traps by summoning out the Lily Borea, and Lily Borea is going to summon out search out the Ethereal Disc Colosseum, which is going to result in adding the Ethereal King Regulus.
Yep, that is totally what he's going to go for, and I think it's still very impressive how Julius is piloting through this, because if you would have just your regular standard combo with the Lokai, you could just go into autopilot mode and just play it down, but he has to come up with something special here, because his hand is asking for that. Okay, now...
No.
Oh, that is Jasmine instead. No Dance Beyond there, but the Jasmine. Oh, and there is the DD Crush on the Lily Borea. So there is interruption for Lukas, but maybe Julius can now punish that with Triple Tactics Thrust or Talons because he's playing multiple copies of those.
We're just checking here the ruling as to whether the Ethereal King Regulus still makes it onto the field. I'm assuming if Lukas knew that it was going to make it onto the field, he would have DD Crow'd in advance.
Yeah, true. So it actually is coming to the field. So that DD Crow felt great, but honestly, now that I see it, it looks pretty underwhelming to me. So there is Rikka Princess being added through the effect of Rikka Glamour. We immediately tributed through the effect of the Jasmine there as well. And all of a sudden, Julius keeps on going. This is looking nice.
Yeah, Jasmine into Lone Fire, and you're going to get to your Lokai, or just straight into the Lokai.
Yeah, there's Lone Fire, as you called it.
Oh, you can even tribute off the Jasmine. That's even better, because now you're going to free up your extra monster zone, and it looks like he's going to be able to do his full Sunavalon combo.
That is
there it is,
fantastic.
Once again, the beloved normal monster of every single Rikka enjoyer on the planet. The Lokai is here.
Julius just found his way, the most creative way today, into the Sunseed Genius Lokai, and it is immediately going to be linked away for a Drias, a card that also really helped him a lot in top 4 in an unconventional way.
Yeah, I mean, still Christian Thomas is having nightmares about this card after the finals of the European Championship, but for now, there's no battling happening as we are still in the opening turn of this final.
Gotta be a little bit calmer right now with no battle phase around, but there's a storm coming up.
Oh yeah, okay, there's the sowing that we just added to our hand. Oh, Lukas lets it go through. That would have been a nice card to use Ash Blossom on, but I think we had good points to already use that Ash Blossom. I think that Jasmine was a pretty good one to hit.
That would have been some incredible patience there if you made an Ash Blossom. I
mean, in general, like the typical advice to up-and-coming players that are facing Rikka is just Ash the sowing. So maybe he just wants to stick to the game plan, but in that case, the sowing is resolved. Okay.
I mean, the crowd was already cheering for the first DD Crow.
Okay, another one.
trying to go after the Sunseed Lokai. Makes sense against this deck. But I mean, the crowd was a little bit early on cheering for the DD Crow. I mean, we cheered as well.
Totally.
Because this Regulus is still an Omni Negate right here.
Yeah, and Julius. I mean, he was looking at his opening hand very, very frustrated and still is comboing right now to its fullest ability. But now after that second DD Crow, he seems very unhappy here.
Well, he's having to go into the tank here, whether to use the Regulus
we are
or not.
going to negate that there. Regulus out of the way, healer coming onto the field. That is some additional life points there right on the spot for Julius. Also one noteworthy thing, in the finals we are still going to be with a timer of 45 minutes. As per usual, nothing changes about that, so that is definitely something to pay attention to.
Absolutely, but I think in this... Oh,
Danspion!
This card won him the top 4 match just single-handedly, so let's see what card he can excavate here. Thrust, Small World, and Talons! He whiffed with the Danspion! It was so great in the semi-finals, but in the grand finals game 1, it let him down.
Yep, he would have liked to, or he would have needed to hit there really, but he doesn't. So Danspion just sitting there now. We are going for a rank 4 there into Strenna, and are we even going for anything else? It looked like he had Thrust there actually in his hand, and I mean, you don't really play any cards you want to set necessarily, except Rikka Sheet in your deck, and I think you can just wait with that until the end, so I think we might still see it.
Danspion still having a reasonably useful effect here, modulating the levels of everything on the field.
Yeah, true, absolutely.
To level 4.
Gave him access to the Strenna that is now there on the field, and if we get to the Sheet, that Strenna is even more powerful.
Oh yeah, tributing, I mean, like, tributing a monster is supposed to be a cost, but not for Rikka. You know, you either get to tribute your opponent's monster, or you get to level up a Strenna.
And I mean, Strenna is doing all the things. He's also giving him follow-up by adding back the Rikka Glamour here from the graveyard. So that's strong stuff, and we're not done yet. Link free about to happen. There is Bimalias.
The problem with Rikka Sheet is that there is a Therion Disc Colosseum right here. We are seeing Ghost Spell.
Ghost Spell also coming in here. We have seen in his previous featured match that Lukas has decided against the very popular card Dimension Shifter and instead is going with Crows and Ghost Spells, and he has now shown 2 Crows and the Ghost Spell. That leaves him with only 2 cards in his hand though.
I mean, every hand trap under the sun being thrown at Julius here, so will it be enough?
Okay, I think we're negating though. That looks like a Princess Negate to me. So that would... Oh yeah, we are tributing the Strenna already on this turn now. So we get the Reborn and we get the Strenna effect as well here.
This deck is so resilient against hand traps. It is absolutely fantastic. Lukas is doing his best to stop the turn. 3 hand interactions already, 3 hand traps thrown, and still we end up on Hyperiton and Bangle Lancer, which is absolutely phenomenal. But Lukas has 2 cards in hand, is going to get another one, the Triple Tactics Thrust as well. And the Hyperiton is also going to be able to negate a spell card now, which is really phenomenal. However, Lukas is probably still going to be able to resolve a Borger for 1,500 damage, right?
Potentially, yeah. And I mean, that was his main win con in the top 8 match against Gabriel Nat, so he might still be relying on... Oh, we set the Harpiest Feather Duster. Interesting. I mean, the thing is, we actually do not end on a Rikka monster here, so I kind of get it, honestly, because that sheet would not be that great. And also, maybe it already was in his hand, because there's another set card right there.
He just looks for an answer against the There Can Be Only One, the card that made Vanquish so popular.
I like it. I definitely like it. Crick. Read up on the Bangle Lancer. In the main phase, you can just give up some life points, and Julius has plenty of them still to bounce one monster on the opponent's side of the field. Oh, that Fenrir you don't want to bounce, though. You really don't want to bounce a Fenrir, which can just come back to the field right away. Effect of Fenrir now to search.
Does the Hyperion negate and destroy, or just negate?
It does, it does. Oh, but there is a Forbidden Droplet. Ready to take care, and also bringing the Fenrir down to only 1,200 attack points, and therefore it will not be able to run over Hyperiton or Bangle Lancer anymore.
That is not really impressive. However, what would be really crazy right now is a possible normal summon of 100. Stake! Your soul is being activated!
But it is also being negated! And that means Julius, with his Rikka deck, is taking down game number 1. He's in the lead He got thrown down with 2 DD Crows and the Ghost Spell, but it wasn't enough. He still managed to build up a field, and it was enough to take down game number 1 for him.
And the play that won him the game was actually keeping the thrust until the Hyperiton hit the field, so he could actually activate a spell card while it's on there and attach a spell card from the graveyard, being the Talents. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Totally cool. And now we are about to enter game number 2, of course, in the side-taking process immediately, and we see, of course, Lukas had success with Dimensional Barrier earlier on. Versus Rikka, though, do we even bring it in?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of Link summoning, but there's also a couple of Exceeds.
Couple of Exceeds.
That is true.
I think you're just going to put all of your focus and energy into drawing that. There can be only one. That's
fair.
That's
I like that. I like that.
Even though it's already in the main deck, you know, you just got to focus super hard on drawing those copies.
Yeah, and also, we were going by the top 4 match of Lukas, Leo and I did, and game number 3 against Sofiane, he resolved a very impactful, evenly matched. And now that I'm checking his side deck, there was only 1 in his entire side deck, so that evenly matched was clutch in the semi-finals. So maybe it will be clutch again in the finals. Of course, now he will be going first, not bringing it in, but game 3, keep that in mind. Maybe it's coming.
I want to also elaborate, this was not only an evenly matched, the situation was absolutely epic. We saw the evenly matched, a fantastic field that Sofiane put up. Everything went away. Then he used Talents to look at the last card in Sofiane's hand, took that away, and then we didn't know about the life points. He summoned Borger, revealed 2 cards in his hand, and the fist bump, and the crowd went wild.
And
all the players standing around the table.
That was the cool thing, right? We really saw emotions from Lukas, and I love that because sometimes players are just in their tunnel. They are very stoic, as you say, but he was really letting out the emotions. First YCS in the finals and still in it here. Yeah, how does he do it? Now down 1 game, but still very much in it. He might just go and sweep here 2 games in a row, and he's our YCS champion.
You had an interview with Joshua Schmidt where he said, yeah, players might need 20 years of experience to be as successful as him. Lukas just said no. But we are going to say yes to the round 2 of the featured match. Let's go over to the table.
And here we are, round number 2. Lukas presumably going to go first after, you know, trying everything he could going second.
I would think so.
So it probably makes sense to go first.
Lukas is kind of shaking his head. What is he going to do? Oh, I mean, he has taken your
soul, and Ghost Bell is revealed.
Okay, but that only nets us a Valius. Let's not get too excited because, to be fair, that is not Razen, and he really, if he wants to have a good turn, needs Razen, honestly.
I mean, it is a big, scary dragon. You know, it's got 3,000 attack points. He just summoned it straight from his deck.
It's gone, though. There's the Rock of the Vanquisher with 0 attack instead. Oh, and only 2 set cards. But if one of those is there can be only 1, it still might be a decent setup for Lukas here.
You can't set 2 if one of them is there can be only 1.
Oh,
very good point.
Both of them have to be, right? Yeah. But let's see, Julius also shaking his head, so they both don't like their opening hands.
Nobody's just satisfied with these players, with these match as the players.
Yeah, so Julius, I mean, how could you not be satisfied when you're not
There can only be one plan on the field right now. It is the Genius Sunseed Loci, and that does redo it, and it's a pass immediately. There is not an answer to the floodgate. The Rock is just sitting there pretty, and the crowd is going insane.
Oh my, those 2 little monsters staring each other down. Rock of the Vanquisher effect, summoning out the Valius, and that is a lot bigger now. Oh my, running over the Loci. It didn't look amazing for Lukas, but with the there can be only 1, it looks a whole lot better.
Oh, and now we are passing as well immediately as Lukas. He does not have much to play, but he has 3,000 attack points. And also Kaiba already said that this is the way to go, so...
Doesn't have 2,500 defense, though. It's not quite the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh, just Lily Borea is being
Kaiba.
summoned, and we pass it back over to Lukas. So just a pretty Lily sitting there. Oh, wait. It looked like a pass for me. But no, he is using the Surge effect of Lily Borea here. And I mean, a good way to kind of play around There Can Be Only One is just also getting a machine onto the field with the Furion King Regulus, of course. So I think that's what we're trying to go for. First of all, though, the Disc Colosseum, that will net him the Regulus bow in the end.
Gonna have to remind me, what's the bonus effect of this Coliseum? Other than
It's not
searching
500 attack. That is
Oh.
what I was checking earlier.
No, it's absolutely not, but like it has a pretty cool battle effect. So once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one free rare monster in the graveyard and just add it back to your hand, which is already cool, but there's a second one even. I think the sentence before that also is giving you some kind of... Yeah, once per turn, if your monster would be destroyed by battle, you can instead send an Agira system or a Therion card from your deck to the graveyard. So you can even protect for battle. Pretty neat. There's the Regulus now. Lukas with the Book of Moon, though. He does not want that Therion Regulus to negate anything.
But this can just now negate the Lily Borea, right? Have we already passed the turn? I was reading up on a card.
I don't think so. We're still in the main phase of Julius, I'm quite sure.
Or maybe even the battle phase, I'm not sure.
Oh, we are negating the Book of Moon. That lets us keep the Regulus, of course. And what is next?
We cannot run over the rock, and we are passing again, and this time Lukas finds a really important card that might let him play. It is the Pot of Prosperity.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
something I can imagine that the Therion King Regulus wants to negate. It would be a really fantastic negate. However, then your field is empty again.
Yep, I don't think he can really give that up with only 5,000 life points remaining. Oh, we do, though. He wants to negate it. And now Rock of the Vanquisher summons up Borger. And that is already enough damage on the
What a
field.
heavy Borger!
Packing it together. Borger all day long for Lukas. He's winning all the games of Borger, and he's just done another one. 1-1 equal score here in the finals. What a game once again.
Woo. Are we in a fast food restaurant? Because I'm smelling Borgers everywhere.
Oh,
I thought you were
my
going to say,
goodness.
because that game was so fast, you know. Just served it up, you know, one monster, one there can be only one. Let's go, game 3, easy peasy.
Yeah, the field was empty because he had to negate the Pot of Prosperity, which I understand, honestly. If he gets into more engines, he's also just losing, so he had to kind of make a decision there. He didn't get another turn. Lukas was there taking down the game, so both of them now only one game away from being the YCS champion of YCS Dortmund here.
One game away from glory. I cannot imagine the pressure that these two players are under. Both of these games were really one-sided.
Yes.
Julius played this perfect in the first game. There were so many hand interactions, so much stuff that was thrown at him. He just still went into Lokai after like 2 hand traps.
Yeah, it was insane. I thought when he opened with the Primula that he's just not going to get to any kind of cool field, and he just kept on going. It was almost like he was playing Telements, because I'm used to that by the Telements deck, but not really by the Rikka deck. But he really showed us that it also can take weird routes and still end up with a pretty impressive field.
Yeah, that was super impressive. Let's. I had a pun lined up, so I've got to say it now. I think he was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay.
So let's hope that doesn't happen again, and he just gets to go first and play some nice soft plants.
Yep, it will be interesting to see one side deck card that I could see coming in here for Lukas on top of the evenly matched potentially is the Ultimate Slayer, a card we have not seen too much throughout this weekend. But I mean, there are Exceed monsters on the field of Julius when he's ending his turn. There are also Link monsters, so there are plenty of options. So maybe we see the first appearance of that Ultimate Slayer that comes in there.
It has been really popular this weekend, just not on the stream for some reason.
True, absolutely. Because now, with the absence of a Rysard, it will always be able to resolve. Because into a Rysard, that card is just useless. But that card, gone. New format, new cards. Forbidden dropped it on the menu. Of course, also Ultimate Slayer. A lot of innovation this weekend. This is one of the cards. Are we going to see it here, though, in that game 3 of the finals? Last game of the entire weekend. Let's get it going. Give it up for this final game of YCS Dortmund 2023.
I think you can feel the tension in the air if you're here right now. If you're sitting at home, I hope you are enjoying this as much as we are. And there is the handshake for the last game of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Dortmund.
And Julius, once again, I feel like he's always kind of looking down, kind of reading his hand. He always... This time he does not seem... What's Julius doing?
What is this?
That's two
This is the two
pass! Lukas has all the options now. It's over to him. He can start playing after Julius kind of decided, but not really decided, to not play there. Probably no access to monsters.
We haven't seen. That is
There's
a
the
reason.
Rasen.
That is the first reason Lukas played in the finals. He is able to play this game, and now it's only going uphill for him because Julius probably has sighted out all of the cards that are breaking the field of Lukas because he was trying to set up a field. Didn't happen.
Oh, what are we
this a
trying to go
droplet?
for here? It could be a droplet again. It in fact is a droplet, discarding
the Regulus.
Regulus, which
This
he
is
could have not
very
used.
dangerous. Either of the Heavy Borger or the Caesar Valius in hand, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, they
For
could have
Julius.
not chained it.
Stake your soul as a follow-up. Dr. Madlov is revealed. And now we are going to think for a second.
That is incredible because he now can
Ash
just
Blossom.
go into the Rock of the Vanquish still and will be able to special summon out the Dr. Madlov. So even though this got stopped, I think Lukas still has plenty of ways to continue here.
But I think maybe Julius bricked with too many Therians. Discarding the Regulus might open him up to summoning a Lily Borea with the negate effect of Regulus in the next turn.
For sure, potentially. That is absolutely correct. So we are special summoning out the Dr. Madlov
Dr.
with the Rock
Madlov.
of the Vanquisher. And of course, you can choose to summon from the graveyard or from the hand. And there he is, the Dark Monster of the Vanquish Soul Archetype. And it's mad in love with his final game of that year. And there comes Continue. So we have access to even another summon now.
Yeah, interesting. He's chosen to go for the Continue rather than the Dust Devil. Maybe you side out the Dust Devil going second.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to activate.
Probably, I would assume so. So, Lukas, once again, going for his extra deck, maybe for the last time for this entire weekend. Definitely want to make sure to summon out the right card here. We are getting that Raisin onto the field as well.
And now we're going to continue?
Yep, seems like it.
What rank 4s are we looking at here?
Maybe just good old
Maruska.
Zodiacs? I could see good old Zodiacs, honestly.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, there's Zodiac
Shakanine.
Shakanine.
And
there's
Borbo.
Hello, that's 4 materials for a potential Zeus already. I like it.
I'm loving this, attacking your opponent for all of 0 damage.
There is the Zeus, beautiful,
Yep.
ultimate rare from the OTS pack. Back over to Julius, and did he find a way to play now?
Oh, it is a Rikka sheet.
That's good, because that immediately makes that Zeus not doing anything anymore for this turn.
Frustratingly as well for Lukas, it prevents it from being activated, so you can't even just go and put those materials in the graveyard. It doesn't just negate the effects.
Yeah, true. Is it? Could we chain though?
Yeah, but then
Well,
you
then
play
you
into
lose.
talents.
You lose your rock. I think this is probably
Probably.
the standby phase, no?
Oh yeah, Lukas lets it go through. So did Julius find a play? There's Rikka Glamour. So I think Julius tries to get into this again, and he can resolve it. So Julius is not going to just give up easy here. He is searching for the Rikka Petal. Once more, kind of mixing it up. Of course, the most popular European champion with the Rikka deck. By now, not anymore, because Jessica Robinson just followed him as a European champion. So all the Rikka cards. But is it time for another Rikka championship winner here?
So there is a Petal and a very, very sad Zeus. Also the Rock. Not really too happy about this situation, but there are plenty of cards in the hand of Lukas. Lukas can now decide if he wants to use a hand trap, if he has any in his hand.
Yeah, so...
Or indeed, if he has any Vanquish Souls to summon.
True, because the 2 Vanquish Soul monsters that he had in rotation are still both kind of lost there under the Zeus, and he just has no way to get them away there. Okay, Julius searched with the Petal. And seems like a Link summon.
What did he?
Yeah.
Did we catch what he searched? I'd guess it would be Mudan, but I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
And we're going into the Drias immediately.
Okay, Dria's not able to search for Sowing now because we did not use the Lokai, but still a cool Link monster.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
it has won championships before, so I would say it's
That
pretty
is
cool.
true. But you can still attack into the Zeus and then trigger because you took the damage, which is going to be an
Ooh,
extender. This is
yeah.
something he also did to win the game in the top 4. There was a set Sarama, and he just ran into it to take 1,500 damage and then special summon the healer.
Okay, so there we are in the battle phase, getting into that Zeus, and now I think we triggered the effect of Dryas as well. Are we going to bring out healer? Looks like it. Yep, there is the healer. Leo already in advance with the card highlight tool. I like it, I like it.
And now we have an option for the main phase 2, and that is going to be Sylvan Dance Peon.
Oh, Dance Peon disappointed him in game number 2, but maybe now in game 3 it's going to be the savior. Okay, we can actually just...
Are you allowed to attack
Can
that?
we attack
Yes,
you?
only if you have another Vanquish Soul monster.
Okay, fair enough, fair
I see.
enough.
That was very quick, Leo. I was impressed.
Thank you, no worries. Sunlight Healer with a whopping 600 attack points.
Yeah, good enough to run over that Rock of the Vanquisher. So, Lukas down to 6,900 life points. And of course, Julius still with another main phase to come there.
Oh man, is it going to be Sylvan Dance Peon that is going to be absolutely crazy right here? Oh, we are going
we have
for
Princess. That's another
first.
monster. And also a way to, of course, negate monster effects from Lukas there. Cool. I mean, we still have to get a Rikka monster to the field first of all, but I think at some point we will be able to. Okay, Link 2. Oh, we can just go into Jasmine because we have an additional monster. Yeah, we can extend even further. Trying to special summon out now because we have another monster that we can tribute. And I think we can just combo here.
Yeah, we're going to see the same line we saw in the first game, summoning the Lone Fire, tributing off the Jasmine to summon Lokai from the deck.
Yep. No response from Lukas. He's just sitting there, waiting. And there's Lokai again. Also in game number 3, it's making an appearance. Making room for the Dryas. Now we can even use the effect to grab out the Sowing. It's looking good for Julius here.
Yes, he cannot go for his full combo, I think, because the healer is already still out of the extra deck. We have used the effect to take when you take damage from Julius. It is going to be a little bit tough. We don't have a Rikka monster on the field, and I think there is a hand interaction in Lukas' hand. Obviously in the hand.
Yep.
DD
Crow! He loves DD Crow. He has been using it all day long, and also again here in game 3 of the finals.
Oh, there is healer in the extra deck.
Is the Dryas once per turn or not?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Because he already used the Dryas once to summon a monster from his extra deck.
Actually, reading up on it.
Once per turn, but it's not hard once per turn.
Oh, that's very
It's
cool.
once per copy.
That's pretty cool. And there we go, considering to summon out the Sunburn Thrasher. Yep, it is going to be Sunburn Thrasher there. Which is usually a card you want to kind of OTK with, but there's Frost as well!
Wow.
Of course, in turn 1, there was no way to trigger that Frost as he was just passing without using anything, but now we made that Frost live in the follow-up turn. And what are we grabbing? We can even grab it to our hand. What do you think here? What do we like? Do we just go for talents, or what do we want?
Do we run Terraforming? Maybe not.
No, we don't. But maybe something like good old... What do we think about good old... I think talents is just the way to go. Small World could be a card too, but there is the talents indeed.
Do you even look for the... You're looking at the hand, exactly, because you can just bounce back these Zeus later on. There's Kashtira, Rysart, who is making an appearance as a little extender if you have used Fenrir before. Sacred Soul is getting shuffled back immediately. Now Lukas is just left with nothing right here.
That is true. Julius really bouncing back after this devastating first turn where he could only set 2 cards, but he's doing a whole lot more here in his second turn. Oh, now the Dance Peon. 1, 2, 3. That is at least a Princess. We're not whiffing completely. So taking one monster there to special summon it out to the field, I think is good enough. It will do, it will do.
Lorenzo Muselli is probably sitting in the crowd thinking, why not against me?
So, Julius still not done. This is going very, very good for him here.
Yeah, he can make a bunch of rank 4s if he wants to.
He could potentially. So the main one you would go for is of course Strana, and it's also the only one he has in his extra deck. So probably is going to be that Strana. Yep, Dance Peon saying level 4 we want to go.
Do we even have a level 4 monster in the graveyard? Yes, we do. It is the Rikka Princess.
And therefore, we are probably going to see the Strana here once again. Julius checking for a card that he wants to add back with the Strana then. Because he already used Lamma this turn, didn't he? Pretty sure he did. Oh,
Are we
okay.
going for Bangalancer just to get rid of the Zeus?
That's an unusual way to summon out the Bangalancer, honestly. Just basically hard summon it. Normally you always go Malayas, revive something, have the Bangalancer for free. But now we go for the Bangalancer like that. Just a regular Link 4 summon. And we are going to put that Zeus back into the extra deck.
Yeah, I'm wondering what was wrong with making the... What was the name? Malias that summons back the Lokai?
I mean, there isn't a Lokai in the graveyard anymore. It's banished by DD Crow.
Oh, I see.
That's true. Okay,
Oh.
over to Lukas. We know he has a Rysart. What else does he have, though? Is he picking up a card that is helping him to turn this again around one more time?
It looks like it was a trap card, and that is the handshake! Lukas decides that he has no other cards that can help him.
Lukas Janssen is your YCS Dortmund champion 2023.
No, he's not.
First.
It's Julius Schwarzkopf.
Oh my god.
The emotions are overcoming as Julius Schwarzkopf is your YCS Dortmund champion 2023.
He absolutely is. Rikka once again coming out on top. What a match that was, going back and forth. It did really not look like he could win that game free, but he came back and he now is the champion. Oh my. Oh
yeah,
my.
What a story. I mean, every time you start and you say, oh, you know, it was the final and I just had to set 2 and pass, I completely bricked, but then I won. You know, like what a turnaround.
It's a story that he can still tell to his children, I think, in 20 years from now.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really easy to cry, you know, and right next to me, it's just so beautiful because there are condolences from his friends. They are all coming to cheer him up. They're telling him, hey, you did a great job. Everyone is hugging him. And on the other side, Julius is, of course, just celebrating. Those are also so many pretty beautiful, happy memories.
Yeah, it might be the beginning of a big story for both players, though. Like, let's not disregard Lukas. Very, very big tournament run for him as well, going all the way into the finals at his first YCS. That's correct for Lukas. And of course, Julius just coming out on top here. I think it might have even been his first YCS top. And then going all the way, taking it down is super, super, super incredible, of course. And it's nice to see those newcomers. There's fresh energy in the German community. Some rising stars, maybe. Maybe they're going to win multiple YCSs this season. We couldn't tell because this is just the beginning of the season. They are in a great position, even if they want to attack now for the World Championship qualifying playoff race, because they got a lot of points here at this event.
Yeah. How many people can say they have a 100% win rate in the YCS top card?
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, there's only one more person to show. Let's get it over to Ad, and of course our new YCS champion, Julius Schwarzkopf.
Attention duelists, I give you the YCS Dortmund champion for 2023. It's Julius Schwarzkopf! Julius, your first time in a final here at a YCS. How do you feel having taken the win?
Yeah, like, of course I feel amazing. I didn't thought I would win game 3 because I just hard bricked. I just set 2 pass, but I drew the glamour for turn, so I could start a comeback, and yeah, it worked.
It did work. It was a hard-fought battle, and you have won that final. You have won this title of champion. Going to welcome Paolo, our KONAMI representative, on the stage to give you your trophy and, of course, your brand new prize card for the season, another verse Gluttonia. Ladies and gentlemen, your new champion! That is going to be it from us. I'm going to welcome on our wonderful coverage team who are obviously applauding this amazing final. Congratulations one more time. Thank you so much to all of our judges, all of our players, my wonderful commentary colleagues, and of course, all of you at home for watching this. This has been absolutely amazing, very incredible, and we look forward to seeing all of you in YCS Bologna from the 8th to the 10th of December. One more time, give it up for your champion, Julius Schwarzkopf! That's going to be it from us. Thank you very much, all of you, for watching at home. We'll see you next time. Take care.